What's up, guys? Not much of an intro there, but we finally got the timing belt done. Big shout out to Mike for helping me get that taken care of. He didn't want to be in the video, so once he got here, we kind of just got straight to work. But let me show you guys what we've got done. Alright, as you guys saw at the beginning of the video, we got this table filled with new parts, and now we're looking at all the old stuff. So we replaced a lot of the pulleys, replaced the timing belts, replaced the old water pump. We've got the accessory belt to go back on last, but let me just show you. Your belts are starting to crack. Alright, I'm not sure if you guys can really see that, but the belt is pretty worn. Starting to crack here and there, and that means it's time to replace. So good thing we got that taken care of. Let me show you guys. Alright, so let me show you guys here. As you guys saw there, Mike had his special tool to hold the cams in place while we did the timing belt service there. So we've got a fresh new belt. You're looking at a fresh new water pump there, and all the pulleys as well, and replaced. All new pulleys there. And then also got the balance belt down there at the bottom. You guys can really see that. That's been replaced as well too. So all the major maintenance there is done. Still got a lot of mess to clean up here. Still got everything to put back together. But we've been at it for quite a few hours, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the motor mount back on there so I don't have my jack holding everything up. But I'll update you guys a little bit more on the progress tomorrow. But big accomplishment that we've got that timing belt finally done, which means we're one step closer to the fun stuff. So yeah, this checklist is starting to fall apart, taking so long to get things done. So I'll update you guys a little bit more tomorrow. Alright guys, back in the garage. What I'm gonna go ahead and do first is I am going to remove these stock studs and replace them with brand new ARP studs, which we have over here. So we've got some new hardware. These should go nicely with the manifold, which we are still needing to clean up, but it is a JDL design manifold, and we've got a special tool that I borrowed. We're gonna use to remove the studs off the old head here without damaging anything, and pretty easy. So I'll show you guys how it's done. Alright, so it really pays off to have the right tools for the right job. Thanks again to Mike for loaning me tools needed here. But basically you're just going to take your extractor, and it's just like taking off bolts. Just want to do this by hand, just do it carefully. Just like that, studs out. So just repeat the process for all the other studs, and then slap in the new ones. All right. So we've got the old studs removed, And now we've got the new ones to go in. Alright guys, so we've got the ARP studs in now. You just simply put them in using a hex bit socket to tighten them in onto the head there. But we've got that all put in now, so that's going to be ready to mount our new manifold. And as well too, I went ahead and finished up the rest of the timing belt stuff. So we've got the accessory belt on, and of course the pulleys and timing cover. That's all on there, nice and tight, and we've got the motor mount in now as well. Now you don't see the timing cover on the cam gears there because I'm going to do that last. Got a fancy piece to put over that. But I'm going to go ahead and get the transmission mount put in, and we can get the rest of the mounts and everything else in and start test fitting the manifold and turbo setup. So I'll update you guys here in a sec. Alright, getting that motor mount was a lot more work than I expected. It was definitely a pain in my ass, and I thought I was just going crazy, but apparently that mount there is pretty hard to do. My suggestion for you guys installing Torque Solutions motor mount kit here is to leave the bolts loose. You get everything lined up and then tighten it all down once you get it fitting. But that's all good to go, and these are the old motor mounts. And we're gonna go ahead and get the axles finally put in and get this subframe back in, and get to working on mounting up the manifold. Alright guys, so we've got underneath the car all cleaned up. We've got new axle in. That actually went in pretty smoothly. Alright, and then on the driver's side, we've got the axle in. I did my best to clean off as much grease as I can with the little brushes that I had, but that'll do it. So that's all in, and we've got the subframe back in with the motor mount and the whole under part of the transmission all nice and clean. Alright, so the engine's just a few steps closer to being complete. Mounts are all good and tight, and let me show you guys the manifold. So this is a JDL Auto Design manifold, T3. It is used, and so is most of my kit, but should still make some nice power. So I'll show you guys what it looks like here. So obviously I've still got to bolt that up, but I'm going to actually spend a little bit more time cleaning it up, and it'll look much better. So next we've got to mount up the turbo and run the oil feed and oil return lines, and continue on installing everything else. Alright, it's been way too long. My list is starting to fall apart. So prep work, we've got the AC deleted here. Got the engine bay nice and clean now. Maintenance, we've got the timing belt done, water pump completed, and pulleys, those are all done. Axles are in, and we still need to do the transmission fluid, oil, and all that other stuff, but we'll do that last once the car's ready to go. For the install, we've got the motor mounts in. Probably do the rear diff mounts later, and we've got all this fun stuff to do. So we'll get the turbo
setup going, and then we'll run our oil catch can and get the intercooler piping and everything set up. And we're gonna have to do wiring for the speed density stuff. And yeah, I think we're getting closer to the finish here.
Alright guys, I know today's video was kind of all over the place, and got a lot of work done and more work to go. So I'll update you guys on the next video. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.